Hey there, Antonio from Paired Recruiting. When it comes to hiring high-level candidates, the interview process isn't just about asking a few standard questions and making a quick decision. At this level, you're not just filling a role, you're hiring leaders, decision makers, and specialists who will have a direct impact on the future success of your business. A great hire can bring fresh strategies, increased efficiency, and new growth opportunities to your company. But a bad hire, that can set you back months or even years, creating an unnecessary roadblock and disruption that can be difficult to recover from. So how do you screen top-tier candidates effectively? How do you go beyond the resume and really understand the person behind the experience? What techniques will help you separate the best talent from the average candidates who may look great on paper but fail in execution? Well, in today's video, we're diving into advanced interview techniques that will help you assess candidates with precision. By using these methods, you'll gain deeper insights into a candidate's leadership skills, problem-solving abilities, and cultural fit. And if you want to make the process even easier, Paired Recruiting can connect you with pre-vetted, high-level professionals risk-free. So let's jump right in. The interview process for high-level candidates begins long before you actually sit down for the conversation. Unlike entry-level or mid-level hires, executive and senior-level professionals are busy and in high demand. Their time is valuable just like yours. To ensure you don't waste time interviewing candidates who aren't the right fit, you need to implement a structured pre-interview process that filters out unqualified applicants before the first formal conversation even takes place. The first step in this process is crafting a clear and detailed job description. A vague job listing will attract a wide range of applicants, many of whom won't be aligned with what you truly need. A well-written job post should be explicit about responsibilities, expectations, required experience, and key competencies. Be transparent about the leadership qualities you expect, the decision-making responsibilities of the role, and any industry-specific expertise needed to succeed. By doing this, you ensure that only serious, qualified candidates apply. Once applications start coming in, it's important to implement a resume screening system that prioritizes relevant experience and demonstrated leadership. Many companies make the mistake of focusing only on job titles, but at this level, job titles can be misleading. Instead, look for achievements and real-world impact. A strong candidate should have a history of driving results, whether it's increasing revenue, leading high-performing teams, or implementing strategic initiatives that significantly benefited their previous companies. To further narrow down your pool of candidates, consider using a pre-screening questionnaire. A well-designed questionnaire can quickly eliminate applicants who lack key qualifications or don't align with your company culture. Finally, before moving to a full interview, conduct a brief phone screening, a 15 to 20 minute conversation that covers salary expectations, work experience, and cultural fit. This ensures that only the strongest, most compatible candidates move forward to the next stage. Once you're ready to conduct full interviews, it's crucial to go beyond traditional Q&A sessions and implement behavioral interview techniques. High-level candidates often have impressive resumes, but what truly matters is how they have applied their experience in real-world situations. The best way to evaluate this is by using behavioral-based questions that focus on past performance, because the way a person has handled challenges in the past is the best predictor of how they'll perform in the future. Rather than asking hypothetical questions like, how would you handle a crisis? A more effective approach is to ask, tell me about a time when you faced a major crisis at work. How did you handle it? And what was the outcome? This forces candidates to provide real-life examples, which gives you insight into their problem-solving abilities, decision-making skills, and leadership style. A great framework to use for these questions is the STAR method, which stands for situation, task, action, and result. This structure helps candidates give complete and detailed answers while ensuring that you, as the interviewer, can clearly assess their approach to challenges. For example, if a candidate describes how they turned around a failing department, you can evaluate whether their methods align with your company's vision and goals. By using behavioral interview techniques, you can separate candidates who simply talk a good game from those who have a proven track record of delivering results. When hiring for senior level positions, you're not just looking for someone who can manage tasks. You need someone who can lead teams, make high-stakes decisions and drive business success. Leadership isn't about job titles. It's about how effectively a person inspires, influences, and directs others. To assess leadership ability, ask candidates about situations where they had to make tough decisions. A strong question is, tell me about a time when you had to make an unpopular decision. How did you handle it? And what was the result? This will reveal their confidence, strategic thinking, and ability to navigate workplace challenges. Another effective technique is using role-playing exercises during the interview. Present a scenario where they have to handle a conflict between two employees or make a critical business decision. Observe how they approach the problem, how they communicate their thought process, and whether their solutions demonstrate strong leadership, strategic foresight, and emotional intelligence. A highly skilled executive can still fail if they don't align with your company's culture. At senior levels, employees don't just adapt to culture, they shape it. That's why cultural fit is just as important as technical expertise. To test for this, ask candidates to describe their ideal work environment and what leadership styles they work best with. A great question is, tell me about the best team you've ever worked with. What made it successful? Their answer will help you understand whether they thrive in collaborative, fast-paced, structured, or flexible environments. Adaptability is another key trait. The business landscape is always evolving, and high-level hires need to pivot, learn, and adjust quickly. Ask candidates about a time when they had to navigate sudden industry changes or overhaul their strategy due to unexpected challenges. Their response will show you how they handle uncertainty, learn new skills, and drive progress even in difficult conditions. For executive roles, theoretical knowledge isn't enough. You need to see how candidates think and execute in real time. One of the best ways to do this is by assigning case studies or real-world business challenges. For example, if you're hiring a chief marketing officer, give them a scenario where they need to develop a marketing strategy for a new product. If you're hiring a director of operations, present them with a logistical challenge and ask how they'd optimize efficiency. Their approach will reveal their critical thinking, analytical skills, and ability to apply industry knowledge. Another powerful method is the whiteboard challenge. Ask candidates to map out their solution to a problem in real time. This helps you see how they think under pressure and whether they can clearly articulate their strategies. At the executive level, communication, collaboration, and emotional intelligence are just as important as technical expertise. Leaders need to motivate teams, navigate conflicts, and influence key stakeholders. To assess emotional intelligence, ask about past conflicts they've handled. A great question is, tell me about a time you had to give difficult feedback to a colleague. How did you approach it? Their response will reveal how well they manage interpersonal relationships and maintain professionalism. Also, observe how they communicate during the interview. Do they listen actively? Do they clearly articulate their thoughts? And these small details speak volumes about their ability to lead and collaborate effectively. Hiring high-level candidates requires a strategic, structured approach. You're not just filling a role, you're bringing in a key player who will shape your company's future. By implementing these advanced interview techniques, you'll filter out weak candidates and identify the best fit for your business. If you want to streamline your hiring process and gain access to top-tier, pre-vetted professionals, Paired Recruiting is here to help. With our no-risk guarantee, we ensure you get the right talent without the hassle. Which of these techniques do you find most useful? Drop a comment below. And if you found this video helpful, hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another hiring tip. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.